Hi, everyone. Thanks for clicking on and joining me today in a pop in that lasts, I hope, 10 to 12 minutes. Okay. I'm Deirdre Morgan, intuitive empowerment coach with a degree in ministerial counseling, interpersonal counseling, and alternative healing. So I've been practicing for about 40 years now and having a wonderful time. If you'd like your spiritual contract read, if you haven't like to see where your consciousness is and going and what opportunities lie ahead for you, if you would like to take the empowerment coach, which now has a level 2 of wake to the joy in you, text, email, I'm here for you. If you're new to the channel, a very warm welcome. And if you're returning, a big hello, a big thank you, and welcome back. I'm continuing today my insights on the theme power over, power to, because in the next 6 months, I think our focus should be on exactly that. Are you choosing for someone or you to have power over, or are you going to choose the power to? Okay, huge difference in both, as I'm sure you see. And so today I'll be giving you choices, options, insights for you to consider and for you to adapt, adopt, or discard. You decide for yourself what will work for you. My philosophy is simple. If I give you answers, it's not going to empower you. It doesn't allow you to become more of your best self, live your potential, and live your purpose here. In your choosing, you become more loving, confident, respectful of whom you are and the life you're living. So it's all about trusting yourself and allowing yourself to live the good life. To do what I or anyone else tells you gives your power away to that someone, which then undermines your ability to love, to create, and to be your real self. So onward, let's get going. Let's talk a bit about the month. First thing I'd like to say though is, okay, we all have short fuses right now. Mars is entered Gemini, if you want to look to the astrology. We're quick to anger, quick to get upset, quick to be frustrated. Mars, you remember, is the action, the warrior planet, the aggressor. Gemini is the communicator. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, when you feel the temperature rising or that there's a short circuit occurring, step back, breathe slowly. Say, why am I so upset about this? Now, the first round, you'll probably say, because he, she, it happened. That's all well and good, and that's legit in my book. However, take it down a step. Remember, in April, I said there are 3 layers now for you to examine: physical, mental, and emotional. So when you feel yourself losing your cool and losing it, it usually indicates there's an unresolved emotional scar that you need to deal with. So deal with that first, and then go talk to the person who was off base as far as you're concerned. But do it coming from a calm, neutral position. I think that's a good way to be conducting yourself and conducting your relationships these days. Many relationships are very fragile, particularly the one with you. So let's just have a good time with ourselves. But having a good time means take your time and slow down yourself. Slow yourself down mentally and emotionally, please. We must use new words to reflect the new higher energy. That's the light side of Mars and Gemini. Frequencies coming in on the planet now, are very different. Uh, why? Because we are on the edge. We've entered the photon belt, okay? And the light and the composition of the photon belt, which sends its light to Earth now, is of crystal based light. What we've been in is carbon based light, and it's very different. Carbon is much denser, slower, everything about it. It's night and day. So our body has a big job to do right now. And I'm going to ask you, slow down with your body. Love it. Send it positive messages. I've been dealing with physical issues for over a year of all sorts, sizes, and shapes. And one morning I woke up, and all of a sudden I heard myself talking to my body, and it was not in a positive, upbeat way. And it struck me. That's why my energy is off. Look at what you're doing to yourself, Deirdre. So, are you sending your body positive messages? Are you loving it? Okay. And remember, love means to accept and allow things, people to be who they are. So, the body is working overtime right now. It's taking on more light than ever before. The crystals are lightening up the body. So if you're having health or energy issues, no, this is the first, I'll call it a green flag, that you're moving into a new or your next dimension. Okay? The mindset of third dimension is going by, passing, crumbling. So there's nothing wrong with you. But if you feel there is, go check it out with your doctor. Go and do what brings you peace of mind with your body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. If you're questioning why maybe you're having dietary changes or nutritional changes, listen to your body. Your body always tells the truth. So it may be saying eat less, eat more often, eat different. Again, all a sign that you're moving into the new dimension, because fourth dimension is much lighter, faster, open, and much more fluid than third dimension. And fifth dimension is all about integrating the heart and the intellect. So there's significant physical, mental, emotional shifts going on in your system right now. Honor them and look at it as exciting and wonderful and a new adventure, please. May sound corny, but that's the best way to handle it. The second green flag is you realize that everyone is energy. It's just all energy around you. Perhaps you see gold light in things, perhaps you see crystals or different formations. But what you do realize is energy is neutral. And then the light really dawns, and you realize that what you believe, what you think, and what you feel, which is most important, creates the experience you have of whatever that energy form, that situation, that person, that thing in front of you. And you really have a much deeper and more comfortable and even happier approach and acceptance that you are co-creating. You get why and how we say you're co-creating. That's great news to hold. Now, the next green flag here that indicates you're moving into a new dimension and how you can help yourself. Have you moved, or are you moving into no pain, all gain? See, there isn't a belief in pain and suffering in the fourth dimension and higher. That's third dimension's domain. Leave it there. So, no pain, all gain is out, censored, cross it out. Because in fourth dimension and beyond, those dimensions won't accept this thought energetic form. And You can't connect, you can't manifest if you're still expecting suffering. Fifth thing is are you spending more time in nature? Are you longing to go outside? Do you like the sunshine? Do you like walks? Do you like the feel of the wind or the breeze in your face? Uh, being in nature, again, assists us in seeing how we're all interconnected, how things all flow together. Go to the beach, watch the ocean, see how it flows. See the birds flying and see how they transit together, connected. Or just watch the flowers grow. It all assists in our being comfortable and accepting the new paradigm of connection. Another green flag, I think it's number 6 I'm on. Are you manifesting faster? Do you think of something and then it just happens? Effortlessly. Again, that's when you really know. Well, I've got 2 feet in 4th dimension or 5th dimension. We're all moving at our own speed. So enjoy it. Enjoy the ride, please. Now, last but not least is how you pray. And I know you've heard me tell this before, and I got it from Greg Braden, but I totally believe it. When you want to pray and ask for something, I put both fingertips on my heart chakra because that one represents the divine feminine and the other the sacred masculine. I put them both there. What this does is brings your awareness down. Whenever there's a physical sensation, we go to that spot in our consciousness and awareness. So you want to be in here, in your heart, and you want to feel whatever it is you're feeling. Feel it. Really get into it and start slowing your breath. Slower, gentler. As you do, you move more and more into stillness, into your God self, actually. So there is the time to visualize and feel it. Words are not as important as you're feeling it now. 4th dimension. If you can do this, one, this helps you into the 4th dimension. And if you're into the 4th dimension, this consolidates and you have a greater sense of coherence when you let the feelings take over. And that's pretty challenging for some of us. But when you do, then you think, you experience what is you want with everything you've got. And then end by thanking for making it happen. Thank you for the newfound wealth, the new job, the new loving relationship, my improved health, whatever it is, feel it, thank, appreciate it, because that acknowledges your part in the creation of the changes and experiences you wish to see in your life. This is so important, guys. So please do it, do it, do it, do it. But don't let me tell you what to do. The other thing to be aware of is during the day, if you feel yourself getting frustrated, upset, moving into lower vibration uh, emotions, low vibration emotions, low living, low life, put your arm and just breathe and feel the peace, the calm, or maybe the joy bubbles bubbling up. That's what it's about. So these are just a few suggestions, a few insights, a few of your options for you moving into this next dimension. And I'm going to close with the story of Adelita. Many of you I know it. Adelita was a sea turtle in a research lab in Mexico. And after 10 years of service to the lab, the partners there decided it was time to place her back in her natural habitat, i.e., the ocean. So they took her out in a boat and lowered her in and down and waved her off. And a very funny phenomenon began to evolve. Adelita would swim so far, and then she'd circle around and around and around. And they'd look and say, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Of course, what's wrong? It's not working the way we want. And then she'd paddle on again. And the same thing happened again and again. Many times before they figured out that Adelita was swimming the length of the pool in which she lived for 10 years at the lab. And she hit that imaginary wall. She was circling around. Well, here's what I have to say about that story for us to take on right now. We're all moving into our natural habitat, our soul, our heart, our expanded consciousness. But we're only going to go so far as the boundaries we've set up. And then what do? We circle around and around. I call that, for us, plateauing. We're integrating, we're aligning, we're thinking about, maybe we're challenging ourselves. Hopefully, we are not judging ourselves, because that in plateau, you've got to release the judging, okay? And what you're doing is allowing the energetic shifts that have occurred due to your shifting some beliefs or your emotions, from flipping your narrative about maybe being a victim or a martyr to maybe being a victor, a winner. I don't like the win-lose connotation, but I think you'll get my drift. So this paddling around is where you're imprinting, securing the imprint of your new mindset. That's how I see it anyway. And then you move on and you keep expanding. And Adelita ended up in Alaska. She kept going. You keep going and you'll end up in the stars, in cosmic consciousness, and really have some fun there. So that's my message for today. My suggestions, my guidelines to get you from third to fourth to fifth, depending where you are in your personal evolution. And I hope they assist you in moving out of wherever you may be feeling stuck or unhappy. And my wish is happy trails for you. Remember, it's all about love. Everything else is incidental. So thank you for coming, sharing. Write me comments, write me your questions. I love to hear from you. And above all, stay well.